Sega! Hello everyone, and welcome to the next Proto Plays. Today we're going to be tackling Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. On an emulator, because when wouldn't it be? Now, of course, Sonic 1 has been ported to 50,000 different systems. Got it on my DS, I've got it on my 3DS, twice. I've got it on my actual Sega Genesis, which I do own. I've got it on Steam. I've got it on phone. I've got it on everything. There's more ports for Sonic 1 than there are Doom. That's probably a lie. But that doesn't change the fact that there's a lot. There are a lot. But I digress. I'm using emulator because it's a lot more convenient for me to use. Now this is my third or fourth time recording this because settings are fucking up on me a lot, and that's no good. That's never good, you know? Already fucking... Lovely. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be too mad, but I'm actually fucking livid, and I want to break everything in the world. I want to punch a hole in the moon 50,000 times, repair it forcefully, and bust it over 50 million more times. In short, I'm angry at a lot of things. But doesn't matter. We got a game to play. And because the game doesn't want me to get that Chaos Emerald, I'm not going to get the Chaos Emerald. Or any of the other emeralds. Fucking nice. I'm not gonna get any of the Chaos Emeralds because I don't care. It doesn't change anything in Sonic 1. It never has, and it never will. Oh look, 7 rings. Oh no. Oh no. Sonic 1... Compared to the other Sonic games on the Genesis, and even Sonic CD, Sonic 1's not fun to go through, you know, as much as those games. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game, because it's not. Sonic 1 is absolutely not a bad game. It's just not aged nearly as well as any of the other games have. Because it's just the first game, it's going to have a few issues, you know, compared to the other ones. And that doesn't make it a bad game, not in the slightest. It just means that, to today's standards, it's just not up to par. You know, it's, you know, it's not as good as it was back then. But the main gimmick, well, that was a series of things that happened. The main gimmick with this game is speed. Lots and lots of speed. Going fast. Very fast. And momentum. That's the main thing with the classic games, is that momentum. Blast processing. Rolling down hills to speed up. Shit like that. That's cool. And that's what this game does. For the first zone. By the way, Green Hill Zone, 4 minutes. Suck it, Freedom Planet. You and your 10-minute goddamn stages. Immediately upon getting into the second zone, the game goes, fuck your speed, and it makes you platform, slowly. Not that great. Now again, it's not that it's bad level design for a game, it's that it's jarring. And it doesn't really go too well with what just happened earlier with Green Hill Zone. Green Hill Zone is a great first level. Marble Zone is not. You know what's even better? This wasn't originally the second zone of the game. The second zone of the game was Labyrinth, which is even worse. So, you know. You saw that, right? Oh, boy. Sonic sometimes doesn't like to jump properly when it comes to blocks. There are certain blocks and tiles that kinda gimp his jump and make him walk in place. It looks cool, but, you know, I'd rather it not look cool. I'd rather it be effective. But yeah, look, a lot of waiting, a lot of, you know, making jumps, you know, as opposed to any platformer when you don't make jumps, which there are a few of them, which are platformers with special gimmicks. But you know, this is Sonic. Let's keep it Sonic. Now granted, the first act didn't go that, you know, it didn't take that long. You know, a minute and 35 seconds, it's not that bad. It's just, you know, that's the best it gets for Marble Zone, because each act just gets worse and worse. There's also a significant lack of checkpoints in this level. In general. I don't know why. Especially since this, if you're used to Green Hill Zone, which you probably will be because it's a great zone and great to get accustomed to for the game's controls, going from that to this, you're gonna be used to, you know, momentum, going fast, blazing through. Blazing through. Just blaze already. But you're used to going fast, so the fact that you've got to now slow it down to a crawl to make precise jumps over lava that doesn't let you collect your rings whenever you fall in, because why would they? Even if they're literally touching you. The first recording I had when I killed those caterpillars was great because I jumped on both of them, and it was fantastic and fast, and then the spring launched me into the lava. I think we're only halfway done with the stage. Or with this act, I should say. Well, I guess if we're halfway done with this act, we're also halfway done with this stage, because every zone has 3 acts. And oh boy, am I glad that they scrapped that. I'm not a huge fan of the 3-act system. I think it means that levels tend to overstay their welcome, especially when they're long ones like this. From Sonic 2 onwards, aside from certain particular stages, each zone has 2 acts. And some Sonic games do give you 3 acts for some reason, but I don't know. Oh, I didn't get the thing. Oh well. I don't care that much. It's good to know that the item boxes in this game actually help you very well. Unlike in Freedom Planet. Yes, I will make some Freedom Planet comparisons, because, you know, despite this being a, you know, despite this aging not as well as the other Sonic games, this is still a way better game than Freedom Planet. I will say that right now. Oh no, I'm not going for the Chaos Emeralds. Because again, Chaos Emeralds do nothing for you, except change the ending slightly. And that also goes for Sonic 2. Even though they do give you Super Sonic in that game, I don't like going for them in that game because the special stages in Sonic 2 are hard and not fun. They're neat looking, but, you know, not enjoyable to go through. You know, it's some shit because they're the special stages that tend to be reused. Like, they're the half-pipe, and just about every Sonic special stage has the half-pipe in it. And it's like, why? Why? I get that it's cool and that it fits Sonic with the, like, ramps and stuff, but stop. And granted, it's not that bad in most of them, but then you get shit like Sonic Heroes, and, Why is the half-pipe the one that's reused the most? I know we're not in Sonic 2 yet, so I'll save that rant for Sonic 2, and I will show off the special stages of each game. And when I do later do Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I will be tackling all of the special stages in that. I will be going for Supersonic and Hypersonic. And, yeah. Also, it gets a special zone to it, so I kinda have to. I mean, I guess I don't have to, but, well, then where's the fun in that? Be careful here, because of that. That can crush you. It's not fun. That's some shit, thinking about it. Like, you get... It's bad enough that you get crushed, but you get impaled and crushed. Which is just... Ugh. Great. Oh, boy. Spikes everywhere. Tiny platforms everywhere. Thankfully, because I'm so damn used to Sonic the Hedgehog controls, I can make it through relatively easily. That was a risky move. Ooh! Not a very hard boss. Eggman bosses in this game. Robotnik, sorry. Sorry, my bad. I know that's a cardinal sin, this, Robotnik bosses are not that hard in this game. Going back to the whole talk about the ports of Sonic 1, there's stuff on, like... I got the original Genesis copy, I said that before, I think. There's the advanced port, which is the worst. Ugh. Never play that. Trust me, it's worse than Sonic 06. It's worse than Sonic Labyrinth. It's worse than Sonic Boom. It's worse than Shadow the Hedgehog. Cope. What was the deal behind the Cope sign, by the way? I think I remember hearing there's being some sort of reason for that, but I don't really know what. But anyway, Starlight Zone. Starlight Zone? Wow, no. Spring Yard Zone. They both start with an S. Don't sue me. That also starts with an S. Oh no, that means you have to sue me. Spring Yard Zone is a weird one. It's fast, but it also has moments of waiting. Well, there it went. Bye-bye, platform. You will be missed. Oof. But yeah, I love Spring Yard Zone. I think it's a nice zone, even though it's got its slow moments on top of the fast moments. But you know, it's a compromise. It's one of the better zones of this game, and also a memorable one. I actually wish this zone was brought back in something like Generations or you know, Mania. I know that will not make it into Mania, but I do wish that it did make it because it's great. In fact, let me also, like, point out, just in general, the Sonic series is great music. Fantastic music. And in the classic Sonic cases in particular, it's almost like they weren't even made on the Genesis. Like, I will go out and say this right now, and I think it's a general consensus that's shared, even, like, with non-Sonic fans. Sonic has the best soundtrack of just about any game series. Alright, I'm not going backwards. Sonic has the best soundtrack in any game series, bar none. Kirby is a very, very close second. No, not even a close second, but it's second place. Because it's got fantastic music, but Sonic is just, wow. It's just... you can't compare. I love doing that. Badnik bouncing. Ooh. But yeah, Starlight Zone is probably my favorite track in Sonic 1 because it's so nice sounding. So catchy. It's so good. Just like that spike. So good. So good I had to hit it twice. But, I love Sonic 1's soundtrack. I love all of the Sonic series soundtrack, except for Sonic Chronicles. You never like Sonic Chronicles. We can make it. No, we can't. There we go. But Spring Yard Zone is just one bit of, like, proof as to why I love the Sonic series soundtrack, and why I feel like it's incredible for a Genesis, because, honest to God, Sonic 1 and 2, like, especially, don't sound like they were made on a Genesis. And Sonic 3 and Knuckles are just, wow. Even people who hate Sonic games, a lot of the times for really dumb reasons and are really dumb about it, I will not name names, but, you know, I'm pretty sure the people who watch me play games know some in particular. Well, you know, I won't name actual people names, but I will name IGN hates Sonic unabashedly, and, you know, I don't think any of them really play Sonic games. But, even the people that hate Sonic for reasons, you know, I won't... Everyone has a reason. I'm not gonna, you know, bash you for plainly disliking a game series, because you can dislike the game series, and you have every, you know, right, and you're okay to. It's okay to dislike a game series, and I won't get pissed off at you about it. I'll just, you know, be a bit miffed if you hate it for some really dumb reason, like, eh. And there are dumb reasons to dislike a series. I'm not gonna spend an eternity talking about that, because I actually probably can, but that's not fun. We're not here to discuss that sort of stuff. We're here to have fun. Though, one of the reasons that people get really mad over Sonic, that I actually will point out that's kinda dumb, is the... Yeah, I said that I wouldn't talk about this, and here I am talking about it anyway. But one thing that people do say is that Sonic is too hard? And... what? Sonic 1 maybe, because of its strange level design choices, like, Labyrinth Zone, but the series as a whole? Really? They call it trial and error, and that's... no, trial and error is shit like Dark Souls. That's also something, too. I'm not a fan of Dark Souls, and I will, like, constantly say that it's not really game design I'm a fan of, but I will also not bash the game because that's specifically what it's meant to be. That's what the game series is about, is having unfairly difficult, you know, gameplay designs. And, you know, I can be frustrated and all that shit, but it's meant to be that way. And I'm not gonna give it too much shit, because, you know, if it's meant to be like that, it's not that big of a deal. Something like Jak 2 has no excuse, though. Jak 2 is difficult for no real reason. But, people call Sonic trial and error gameplay, and it's just something I don't understand. If you're good at platformers, it's not gonna be that hard. Trial and error is mainly for finding the fastest routes throughout the game. That can be trial and error, you know, but that's only if you want to try and beat levels fast. And granted, one thing that Sonic does have, Labyrinth, one thing that Sonic does have in almost every single game, multiple pathways and multiple ways of beating a stage. Even in Sonic 1, there are multiple pathways for a zone, and it makes replaying the game, you know, that much more fun because you've got different ways of playing it. Now, how in God's name would you consider Sonic trial and error when trying to play it normally? I just find it very hard to believe. And don't say it's because I've played this game for, you know, years, because I don't go back to Sonic 1 that much at all. I go back to Sonic 2 far more. Actually, I don't think I'm supposed to go that way. I go back to Sonic 2 and 3 far more than I do this. And I didn't grow up on Sonic 1. I grew up on Sonic 2 specifically. I mean, I grew up on all these games, but, like, I spent most of my time growing up playing Sonic 2 over the other games. Well, Sonic 2 over 1. Sonic 3 and Knuckles I played almost as much as Sonic 2. But yeah, I haven't played Sonic 1 that much. Yeah, because I just don't find it that fun to go back to because of shit like this. Labyrinth Zone's not that great. Oh boy. We're gonna hear the death wails. And I was thinking of letting the whole thing play out, but I didn't want to risk it because you saw how long it took to make one bubble. But yeah, I don't go back to Sonic 1. It's not a terrible game inherently. Inherently, it's not a bad game. The worst is that it's aged very, you know, poorly in comparison to the other classic games. So, it's like the Spyro 1 to the original Spyro trilogy. It's not bad, but it's aged a little poorly compared to the other ones. Still can be enjoyable to go back to, but you don't go back to it often. I think the water was starting to feel pity for me, then saw I was actually doing alright, so it decided to grow back, and it was like, whoop, wait a minute. But yeah, Labyrinth Zone, ugh. Oh. If there's one zone I will not defend in the slightest, it's Labyrinth Zone. It's... whew. I mean, what can I say about this zone that's not been said already before? It's water level. And the worst water level in the game. Or in the entire series, rather. And I hear people call Hydro City Zone in Sonic 3 to be the worst. And that's, like, wrong on multiple levels. Hydro City is actually fun. But that's from a lot of people that don't play a whole lot of Sonic games. But, yeah. As you can see how fast I'm going through Sonic 1, I'm going to probably beat it in, like, 2 parts. Which is why I'm going to be doing Sonic 1 and 2. Because, you know, 2 short games. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I'm not sure whether or not I'll do another game along with it, because it is a bit of a long game. Give me bubbles first. Thank you. But yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It's 2 games in 1, basically. Ah! Come on, give me a bubble. I probably gave people a seizure like that. Whoops. Man, even with this bad level, Labyrinth Zone has a funky track. I love it. It's so good. It's so good. I can always get behind a funky groove for a Sonic game. Please? Thank you. And I believe this has a switch hiding behind it. Yep. Oh. There's a split-second delay between hitting a monitor and getting the thing inside it. But it's a split-second delay, so things will rarely hit you while you're getting the thing. Unlike Freedom Planet, where there's a full second of a delay. And it's frustrating. I got hit by a spike and it hurt. Oh boy. Man, I'm hungry for air. Ah! You don't actually see it, but those Orbinauts actually have a different color scheme before they see you. But because, you know, they see you... I had no rings! Oops! I thought I had rings. But before they see you, I think they're like a green or a yellow-ish color. Oh god. Okay. But since they attack you immediately upon you entering the screen, or upon them entering the screen alongside you, they already, like, turn red and attack you. There's some Orbinauts in Starlight Zone that aren't terrible. But, they just like to stay in place. Okay, please? Thank you. Whew. Ironically, as bad as Labyrinth is, oh god, it's got a lot of bubbles in order to get oxygen at. So, you actually won't be hearing the death music too many times. Ironically, you probably would hear it more times in Chemical Plant Zone in the second act, which is actually not Sonic 2's dedicated water level. But you probably hear the drowning music in that part, way more than you would in the water level, which is Aquatic Ruin. But I digress, that's Sonic 2, this is Sonic 1. Ugh. Labyrinth Zone takes so long, I didn't mean for this to reach 30 minutes. That makes me sad. Oh, god damn it. Yay, shield. Didn't really care for that. Yay, this is what I wanted. Whoa, 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 what happened there? Oh, Jesus Christ. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Please? What is wrong with you, Sonic? There we go. Land in there. There we go. Good, Sonic. Labyrinth Zone is not fun to go through. I don't think there's a soul who enjoys it. And if there is, I will make sure they never enjoy it again. So many things reference Labyrinth Zone as like a bad zone, though. Even like the Lego Dimensions part of Sonic, the Sonic part of Lego Dimensions, which is one of the added DLC packs, makes fun of how frustrating Labyrinth Zone is. Even though it uses, I think, Lost Labyrinth's... No, it doesn't use Lost Labyrinth Zone's song. Ah! I hate those spikes because they don't just spike you, they spike you and crush you. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck me. I'm gonna get a game over, aren't I? I wouldn't blame you for getting a game over in the platform-heavy parts like Marble Zone or Labyrinth Zone, because you're used to going fast, and there's also so few checkpoints. Why? Why do Labyrinth Zone and Marble Zone have so few checkpoints? Oh, god damn it! Come on. Jesus Christ, there's such a small window of time to do that in. Air. We got some air. Those things are rotating really smoothly. And fast. Thought there would be a spring under there. I love these drill dozers because you can just barely see the tips of their drills. So it's like, aw, that's cute. It thinks it's hiding. Well, they would put a invincibility box there. By the way, please do that. There we go. By the way, being invincible doesn't mean you can breathe underwater. You are still affected by the drowning. So, still get air bubbles, please. I feel like I'm about to sneeze, and I'm hungry. And I'm yawning. Why doesn't the water blow me? Why didn't the water blow me, forward there? Oh my god, is that the first checkpoint of the stage? Great. 2 fucking minutes in. Oh no. Oh no. Give me a bubble. Give me a bubble. Give me a shield. Now give me a bubble again. I need air. You can play it very, very safe. Because again, this stage just drowns you in air. Good thing I picked up that shield. Well, I got a ring. Oh god, am I... Oh, you gotta make a climb. I don't like labyrinth. It is not a fun stage to go through. I gotta make tight jumps. This is frustrating. I don't like going through. Oh my god, some air. Thank fuck. Oh, that's right. It's the first time you actually get to reverse it. I have nothing to say. Oh, more of this shit. Checkpoint. Which doesn't matter because I'm on my last life. Really? Really? Also, waterfall underwater. Oh, thank God. So I've only got 1 life to do this, huh? Oh, that was a dumb idea. Okay. I was scared. Did you hear the horror in my voice? So much jumping. Alright. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna save state. There we go. State saved. This is a little frustrating, and I don't feel safe doing it with 1 life. I also don't have any continues, because Sonic 1 doesn't give you any continues. You can get some, but you don't start off with any. I think from Sonic 2 onwards, you start off with 1 or 2 continues. Hey, I did it on my first try. Thanks, Eggman. I did it on my first try! Yeah! It only took me 36 minutes to play this game. Most of this game. I think there's only like... I should have stopped before Labyrinth, honestly. But oh well. Starlight Zone. Yum yum yum. Delicious Starlight. I wonder what Starlight would taste like. We'll find out in the next stage. Probably tastes like shit as I eat it all over the place because I'm not good at video games. See you guys then.